Hello, everyone. Welcome to Free Write Friday. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica Lynn Johnson. I am the founder of Soaring Solo Studios, which is a company dedicated to developing, directing, and producing one-person plays. And we work with people all over the world. I work alongside my colleague, Heather Dowling, who is also an award-winning solo artist and director. And yeah, we see clients all over the globe and love what we do. I personally have worked on the development and direction of over 150 solo shows at this point, and it's totally my passion. And what else can I tell you? I'm a solo artist myself. I toured for over 13 years with my own one-woman shows. I sit on the advisory board for the Los Angeles Women's Theater Festival. I write a blog about solo theater called Soaring Solo for NoHo Arts. And you can find that on my website, in addition to the NoHo Arts website. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. So I'd love to hear from you. Please say hi in the chat. Let me know where you're tuning in from, where you're at in your solo theater journey. We are all about community. So yeah, introduce yourself. And the purpose of Free Write Friday is just for us to come together in community, get a writing prompt, and get some writing done. So it's not about getting anything right. It's not about being perfect. It's just about letting ourselves have a creative expression on the page and see what we come up with and see if it can be a useful piece in our solo theater journey and process. So we have been looking at Save the Cat for a long while now. And Save the Cat was written by Blake Snyder, who is a Hollywood screenplay writer. And we've been trying to look at it through the lens of a solo artist and how we can apply his structure to solo theater. And we are now looking at the finale, which Blake breaks down into 5 points. And if you're just joining for the first time, you're like, what? You're already at the end? It's okay. Every session of Free Write Friday is meant to stand alone, but you can always go back to my YouTube channel and watch all the replays if you do want to get caught up. But every session is meant to stand alone. So whatever you create today, it might not be at the end of your solo show. It might not even go in your solo show. Who knows? But it's just about gathering together and being able to write. So don't get too attached to where we are at in the journey, looking at Blake's structure. So we are at point 5 of his end beats, and that is called execution of the new plan, execution of the new plan. And my understanding of this beat of the end is really when the hero not only realizes what they need to do to solve their problem or achieve their goal, but they're successful in it. And it's not necessarily that the ending has to be a happy ending, but that the protagonist, the hero of the journey, has arrived somewhere different than where they began. And we're going to kind of focus probably more on a happy ending today. But just to say, if yours isn't a happy ending, there's still a way to use this point toward your writing. So yeah, it's really just that the hero realizing what they need to do, actually doing it, and it working out, it bettering the circumstances that they were in at the beginning of the show. And so most likely in your solo show, you are the hero, you are the protagonist. That's not always the case, but a lot of times it is. So I'm going to give you an example from the Soaring Solo community to hopefully make this a little more tangible for you. So Amy Veltman, one of my clients, who I am so proud to produce, her show is called PSA, Pelvic Service Announcement. And it is a hilarious piece of edutainment that really looks at different bodily functions. And that's kind of what the show is about: women's health, men's health, and all of that. And she uses music and multimedia and multiple characters to explore the themes of her show. So throughout the course of the show, Amy is basically, she starts out having a lot of shame and a lack of knowledge about certain bodily functions and things like constipation or diarrhea or incontinence and these sorts of things. And along the journey, she's meeting all these different medical experts. She's learning new exercises like Kegels and all kinds of things. And she's learning new diet things from nutritionists and going through this whole journey. So by the end of the show, her moment of execution of the new plan would be as she's wrapping up the show and she's kind of taking in all of this all of this information that she's gleaned, and she's realizing what a big component shame is in her journey, and really realizing that by sharing her story with the audience, like she just would have done for the last hour, she's releasing that shame, because when we speak our shame, we're releasing it. And Amy's also coming to terms with the fact that even though she's got all these regimented diet tips and exercise plans and all these different things to regulate her body, that if she's too stringent with all of it, it ends up kind of creating its own set of problems. Um, and and so she realizes that she has to find a balance. And so in the execution of that plan, in finding a way to be more shame-free and more in balance with diet and exercise, she finds her path that's working for her. And again, it's not about every single problem being solved, but she's in a much better place by the end of the show than she was at the beginning of the show, when she was just full of shame and kind of clueless as to how to fix the issues she was going through. So that's one example. So I want you to think about your own life and something that has maybe been an ongoing issue for you, an ongoing challenge or a problem, problematic relationship or job or addiction or anything of that nature that has been problematic. And I want you to think about all the different things you've tried to make that situation better, to improve your life, to become free of it, whatever that looks like. And then finally, what was the thing that produced the most results? What was the thing that really helped you go, okay, I know what to do, I'm executing that plan, I'm doing it, and I'm seeing results. It's not about putting a bow on it and everything's perfect, but I'm seeing results. I'm better at the end of this journey than I was at the beginning. And so I want you to think about something like that from your own life, and just free write about whatever comes up for you. In this setting on Free Write Friday, we don't share our writing. So this is really just for you. So be as uncensored as you can possibly be. I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes and just let yourself explore on the page. And I will tell you when your 8 minutes are up. And if you have any questions for me, just private message me in the chat. All right, get set and go. Got about 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. Okay, and just under 1 minute left. All right, please go ahead and wrap up your writing. If you wrote something by hand, like in a journal or something, I would encourage you to transcribe it into a document on your computer to keep it safe and start accumulating your writing. But yeah, I hope you got something interesting out of that prompt. And I would say, as a general takeaway from looking at beat 5, I would say that it's so important for us to be vulnerable with our audiences about the things that we struggle with, the issues and challenges that are in our life, and also all the different attempts we made to better our lives, and whether we fell on our faces and got back up or not, just that whole journey, the different things we tried that didn't work out. And then most importantly, at the very end, what are those wins? What are those victories? I think it's really inspiring for an audience member to see our wins and our victories, and even our evolution and things that we are doing better now, or improving upon, even if it's not perfect. So I think all of that makes for a really compelling solo show. It's vulnerable, and it allows your audience to be inspired. And I think the best solo shows are when we walk out, we feel a little bit better than we did going in. We feel more knowledgeable, we feel inspired. Something has shifted within us as an audience member because the performer was willing to be vulnerable and take us on a journey of transformation and evolution. So that's my 2 cents on that. If you look in the chat, you will see I put several different announcements. We've got a lot going on in the Soaring Solo community. My class, The Art of Creating the One-Person Play, it's totally free. That is a 90-minute class happening on Saturday, February 17th, 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. I've been teaching that class for over 10 years. And it's free, so sign up and join us for that. And in that class, you can share excerpts of your work if you want. And if you wanted to work with me in a more professional capacity, wanted to do an initial consult with myself or Heather, you can email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com and we can get you set up. And you don't have to have anything written to sit and brainstorm with me, but if you'd like feedback on your writing, we can do that too. And it's just $69 for an initial consultation. So let me know. Also, the virtual reading series that Heather and I host is called Revealed. We've been doing that for a few years now, and Revealed is just a wonderful stake to put in the ground with your solo show. It allows you to read a work in progress in front of a virtual audience, get some feedback, see what's working, see what's not working, brainstorm with your virtual audience about other ideas, and kind of have that experience before you go through the trouble of memorizing, staging, paying a technical team, like all of those different things. So I do encourage you to submit to be a part of Revealed. You can email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com for more information about that. And I would suggest you come and see an episode of Revealed. I know Paulina, who's on this call, has Revealed coming up on Tuesday, February 22nd at 5 p.m. And I believe I put the link in the chat, but that's also on my website. And her show is called Adopted by the Appalachians. And so it's a really great, quirky comedy, but it also runs really deep and super interesting. So I think that'd be a great way for you to see what Revealed is all about. Come check it out with us on February 22nd at 5 p.m. Pacific. And we'd love to hear your 2 cents on things. And if you enjoyed Free Write Friday and you want to come back next month, the next one is happening on Friday, March 22nd at 10 a.m. Pacific, noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Just sign up the same way you did today and join us, and we'll make some more progress on your writing. I also included my YouTube channel link in the chat, so you can find me on YouTube. I have hundreds of videos of free content and writing prompts and strategy sessions and all sorts of things on there that will help you in your journey for free. So please check that out. And I also recommend getting involved in the festival circuit. If you kind of don't know where to start, but you want to put a stake in the ground and you're considering doing the reading, but you want a strong next step after that, start looking at festivals in your area. Binge Fringe Festival at the Santa Monica Playhouse, United Solo in New York City, the Orlando Fringe, the Hollywood Fringe, LA Women's Theater Festival. There's so many different festivals that you can be a part of. And the reason I recommend that is there's built-in structure, deadlines, community support, all of those sorts of things. And a lot of times you can attract reviewers, audience testimonials, you can be nominated or even win awards, things like that, because festivals just usually have all those sorts of things working for them, which works for you in your solo show. And last, I included the link to my blog for NoHo Arts. Again, that's my Soaring Solo blog. So I have a bunch of different blog entries with lots of tips for you along your solo journey. So I think that's it. So I hope today was helpful for you. I'm going to leave the chat up, but I'm going to go ahead and jump off. So enjoy your weekend. Thanks, everybody.